the Buffalo Bills. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. At the 26-yard line.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Powers through him. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
You say Khalil Mack, and offensive coordinators get very, very nervous, and there's another example of exactly why. 9 sacks in 2020. He's been named to 6 consecutive Pro Bowls and been an All-Pro in 2 of the previous 3 seasons in Chicago.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48.
First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
This defense for the Dolphins, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Fitzpatrick now from the 50. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Foyesade American.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
A short kick taken at the 18.
Oh, good return up past the 30. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
but they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Throwing again on second down. Fitzpatrick. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. This, the second meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. This defense for the Dolphins, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now Fitzpatrick. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. Throwing Fitzpatrick. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Heck of a 4th and short conversion. They end up getting north of 20 yards. So 1st and goal and a chance to make amends for the earlier pick 6. They'll run with Dobbins. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run on 1st down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we're in the middle part of the season where each week starts to become a little more important, and especially this, Charles, being a division matchup.
Yeah, you haven't fired the starter's pistol or rang the bell lap like they do in track and field for the sprint to the finish, but you're starting to eye it, aren't you? You got to pile up those wins, put them in the left-hand column, not the L's in the right-hand column.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Dumps it off to Mixon. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down. Well, these two teams met down in Miami earlier this year with the Dolphins winning that one. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Buffalo. Mixon with a 1st down carry. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with a tackle.
Here we go. These two teams all tied after one. 5 yards remain on second down. Burrow looking to pass. Throw left side complete. That's Lindsey. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
The Buffalo defense does its job, and it's fourth down. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Fourth and goal, and down by a touchdown. The offense stays on the field. Burrow going for it on fourth. He's letting this one go for Fuller. There's Fuller for a Dolphin touchdown. Will Fuller with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it, having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Dobbins running out of the gun. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
34.
Right back to Dobbins on first. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Fitzpatrick. And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Hey, color.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Off the play fake here, Fitzpatrick. Open man, Gronkowski complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Landry the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
At the Dolphins' 36-yard line.
From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Oh, it's complete. A diving grab there by Brown. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
They set up the screen for Dobbins. Touchdown! J.K. Dobbins. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field. Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I should just say it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet. Make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
On third down, Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now Dobbins powers through. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 41, Fitzpatrick. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late... This is caught at the 20. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Play action. It's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. Taking it right down Broadway. He's at the 40. The 20. And he is going to score. It's a pick-6 and a Bills touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 21-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break. After the pick-6, they go right back to the air. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is...
And down he goes. goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson.
When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll go again with Dobbins. Breaks through the contact. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good size run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. From the 31, Burrow. This will be caught by Brown. They find some open field here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's a give to Mixon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Yeah.
Mike 35, Mike 35. Hey. 35's the Mike. Hey.
From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Hey, shift. Mike 35. It's just me and you.
Fitzpatrick from the gun on third down. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. Past the 20. And all the way down to the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Yeah, and this is what we mean when we talk about flipping the field, having your offense look at going a long way to a short way after he makes a play. His ability to do that, evident. Able to make the catch there, keep his momentum going, and just continue downfield.
And the next-gen stats show us the tale of how much yardage he was able to tack on after the catch.
It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. Dobbins once more. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. From back at the 2, here's 3rd and goal.
Dobbins. And Dobbins, he is not going to get there. They stop him short of the line to gain.
What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Fitzpatrick now. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Monte Nicholson picks it. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 30, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So they go for it on 4th and goal, hoping to get 6, and it's 6 the other way.
If hindsight is 20/20, they would have gone ahead and kicked the field goal, but by being aggressive, it actually cost them. Gave up 6 points going the other way.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and the lead now up to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
1st down, Fitzpatrick. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
16 more on that one and another 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 26, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back to Mixon on second down.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Will Fuller. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Dolphins are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
A gain of 6 there on first. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. On play action, Fitzpatrick. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 36. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
2nd and 6.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Joe Mixon
with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Dolphins are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this fourth quarter advantage.
The extra point hitting the right upright, but it caroms home, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
58 yards rushing for him now to this point.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here's a give to Dobbins.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 9 yards that time.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, Dobbins. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. They gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Mike 35, Mike 35.
Now a carry for Dobbins.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. On Edwards-Helaire, I don't think he got there. He did not. They'll stop him short.
They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead him to 4th down. Sean McDermott didn't hesitate. They'll go for it on 4th.
Mike 35, Mike 35.
Jeff, go Jeff.
Come, baby. Woo!
You kill.
They're going for it with Dobbins. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Running right through him, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
First down, Miami.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Miami, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.